Hey guys, Jonathan here, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this whole shenanigans of wedding filmmaking, please hit that sub button if you want to see more stuff like this. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to build a community around YouTube, and I just want to keep bringing you guys content and let you know about my experiences as a filmmaker. So today I want to talk about my first wedding experience, and that is not always the best experience, but there are a few things you can do to make it better for yourself. And a couple of those things can be just having your camera ready, making sure that you have all the equipment that you need, maybe 2 days before, because maybe you're not such an organized person. I don't know who you are, but just to be safe, you really have to make sure that you're prepped for something like this. So I mean, my best advice for a wedding prep is to do it 2 days before. Make sure that the cards are formatted. Make sure that both cameras, the picture profiles, are matching. Make sure you have a backup for batteries. Make sure you have a ton of batteries. I had at least 4 batteries on me, and what I did was when 2 were dead, I'd put the other 2 on a charger, and I'd plug that charger into my external battery. So once those died that I used, I was able to just constantly swap them out. All your external microphones, if you got a Rode Mic Pro, a Rode Mic Pro Plus, then you got to make sure those batteries are changed out the day before. I made sure all my audio equipment was calibrated to the right sound settings when it was time to record, because I could use that as scratch audio or some background ambience noise. I had 2 lenses. I had a 24-70 f4, that's all my focal lengths. I had a 28mm 2.8, that's for my shallow depth of field shots to get those nice little bokeh shots. Did I mention have a second pair of hands? That's important. Something that's a little awkward is when you have to tell people basically what to do. But that's your job. You have to tell them what to do so you can get the shots. And most of these shots are important. And like any other job, you're just going to get better and better at it with time and practice. Also, if there's a photographer there, sometimes they might get in the way, but politely tell them, hey, let me get this shot. And you guys can swap back and forth. I was fortunate enough to have a nice photographer, and I was able to bounce off her ideas, and she could bounce ideas off me, but not really, because I wasn't that experienced at the time. I'm still not experienced, so no, I only got ideas from her, and I used those for my shots, and it turned out well. Don't just assume that because it's an expensive piece of equipment that it's gonna work and make everything look beautiful and stunning. I had just bought a Zhiyun Crane version 2. That's an electronic gimbal, not like a glide cam, and this was my first stabilizer. I think I got it maybe like a week before or 2 weeks before. I started messing with it, and I was like, this is pretty easy, I could do this. But I didn't really practice enough. There's actually a setting to lock the gimbal. I didn't know that until later on, until after I looked at the footage and then realized, oh, you can kind of see some of my footsteps in these shots. It looked fine. It was good enough, and the couple, they enjoyed the footage. But as a filmmaker, I could notice that. I could see my mistake, and that kind of bothers you. Weddings are definitely nerve-wracking. There are a lot of moments where you're gonna want to capture, and there are a lot of moments that you're not going to be able to capture. For example, this was a Mormon wedding, so they were in the temple, and we're not allowed inside. We're waiting with their family, and they're supposed to come outside, but another couple comes outside, and then we're like, okay, they're supposed to come out next. They didn't come out. So what happened was we were waiting and waiting, and once they did come out, we were kind of not prepared, and we missed it. But that's not the end of the world, because later on there's a ring ceremony, and then that's when they do pretty much the whole ceremony again. So we pretty much missed our first opportunity just to see them coming out, but that moment wasn't as, I think every moment's important, but I think there's some moments that you definitely need to have on camera, and later on was definitely one of those moments to have on camera. So that's what we did, and that came out perfect. We did this wedding for under $1,000, and we decided not to do it for free because we knew we could get something out of it. We could get experience, and we could get them a good video. And at the end of the day, shooting from I think 8 in the morning till 9 at night, it's really not worth a small amount of money, because you're just extremely exhausted. You still have to edit this thing, but it's tough because when you don't have experience like this, you don't know if you're gonna mess it up or not. If I was a professional, then yeah, I would have charged them more. So If I could go back, I wouldn't change how much I charged them, because it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to me, it wouldn't be fair to them, because I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, honestly. Like, for example, one of the things that happened was we were shooting the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, with the bride and the groom. And what happened was we were shooting all this footage with them, the photographer was there, and then all of a sudden everybody started leaving. So we're like, okay, we're done. Let's go home, let's dump the footage, let's eat, let's get situated, let's figure out what we're gonna do next. So we'll figure out what we need later. Do I need to dump footage? Do I need to format the cars? Do I need to make the picture profiles match? Do I need to clean the lens? I don't know, just stuff like that. So as we're walking to the car, we realize, wait a second, everybody just left. But I didn't see the photographer, the bride, or the groom. Then we realized, oh shit, they're still here, and they're still here, and the photographer's still shooting footage. So we grabbed all of our stuff, walked all the way back up, found them, and started shooting. We just played it off like, oh yeah, we forgot something in the car. We forgot to grab a lens or grab a battery or something out of the car, and we just started shooting. I mean, imagine if we would have missed that. That's a lot of footage at the temple, a lot of B-roll. The film wouldn't have been right. It would have just been shorter and condensed, and there would have been like a piece missing. And we lucked out and everything was fine, so we got the footage. But you know, if it wasn't for common sense and thinking really quick, like, oh, that was easy. Wait a second, that was too easy. Oh shit, there's more. Okay, so that's what happened. They were super nice people, and I don't think that's always the case. You're not always going to get nice people. People aren't always going to appreciate your work, and people aren't always going to appreciate the effort that you put into this and the time. It is very consuming. But as a filmmaker, you have to be prepared for the worst, and you have to mentally prep yourself as well as prep your gear. Wedding filmmaking isn't for everybody. I definitely want to continue wedding filmmaking, and I'm actually looking into some more weddings this year. Wedding season has started and people are booking, and it's just hectic right now. So guys, I hope you make better videos, and I hope that on your first try you get something amazing. And let me know in the comments below, how was your first wedding experience? Let me know in the comments below, how was your first wedding experience, and how has it differed from now? I'm so curious about, you know, your guys' experiences. And listen, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and I will have more videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.